how I got here.
Okay.
And in order to appreciate where I am, my story makes better sense when you see how I ended up. I know about another 7 years in two additional foster homes. And the Lord showed me that's why you survived. He said, I let you go through it so that you can, but notice it didn't affect you. It happened to me, but it didn't happen in me.
Right.
It didn't change nothing on the inside.
Jonelle Jackson is a native of Dallas, Texas. She answered her call to the teaching ministry in March of 2000 and was licensed as Minister of the Gospel in March 2001 under the leadership of Drs. Rodney and Jeanette Berry, pastors of Rhema Christian Fellowship. In 2010, she united with the Oak Hill Baptist Church under the leadership of Pastor Corey F. Jackson, where she currently serves as Minister of Ministry and Ministry Advisor for the Women of Class Women's Ministry. She is the humble founder of Women of Grace Outreach Ministries, where she uses her gift to encourage, coach, and develop women of all ages to walk in their God-given purpose and call. She uses her personal background and corporate experience to empower women to maximize their gifts and abilities both in the workplace and church community. Her greatest desire is to see God's kingdom and power manifest for people to be set free, healed, and radically changed as they yield and grow in relationship with Him. She currently resides in Dallas, Texas, and works for a top 10 U.S. bank. She is the ever so proud mother of one adult son, Devin.
Welcome back, sweet viewers.
Welcome back.
Oh, look at Look, I am so honored to have my sister here, Minister, Apostle, Evangelist,
Reverend Doctor. Another praise and worship leader. Oh, and baby will get you corrected if you sing the wrong
in the
note.
spirit.
Yes. Bully in ministry. The minister, lady, elder, sister. Jonelle Jackson. Jonelle Jackson. Oh, man. Jonelle Jackson. How are you?
That's pretty good. All is well.
She hit us with the
wow, ma'am.
I'm so glad this got this noise. They can't hear you. They can't hear you.
Yeah.
Say it again. How are you?
I'm great.
Wonderful.
I mean, did she give the standard minister's response? How are you?
All is well. It is well.
It is.
Well, we can teach you like that. You know that you will bring the noise, slay you in the spirit.
Take the mic off the stand and walk left and right.
Okay, there you go. Get the right direction.
Live.
It comes with a testimony. It's not just because, you take the mic off the stand, you could have stuff to say.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, leave it up there and sit that down where you were.
Oh, man. We are really, we're double people. We are glad that you came to share your story with us.
I'm absolutely glad to be here. I'm glad that you guys invited me. Can't fully tell you what's going to go down, but here I am.
Be led by the Spirit. Yes.
Oh, right there.
Spirit. You let the Holy Spirit in. He do what he want to do. We'll let him be here till 11 o'clock recording this.
Yeah. Wow.
I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I just want you to know you tell that to the Lord. Because that's who we were addressing. You just told the Lord, hurry up.
Well, you know what? Last time
Deal with her by herself. We didn't do that.
Last time I told Jesus hurry up, it was not a good thing.
So you should have learned.
You know what? I wasn't. Okay. Minister Jackson, I know. Minister Jackson, all seriously. Tell us, share with us your story.
So, my story begins when I was 2. A lot of people don't remember what happens to them at that young age, but somehow I can remember it like it was yesterday. My stepfather, he is my father for all intents and purposes because I never met my real dad. He and my mother had worked it out where one was working, another would be at home, so somebody would always be there with me. And while she was at work, he would always kind of look at the adult magazines and have his little private time with himself. And so it started to where he wanted a little more in his private time. So I can remember him. I would say this, he never penetrated me. I can say that on this show, is that too raw?
No.
So that never happened. But what he did do was introduce me to oral sex at the age of 2. So when my mom would go to work, and it wouldn't happen every day. When she would go to work, he would come and get me, and while he was reading the magazines, he would have me give him oral sex. And it wasn't like I was a kid, I was young, so he would finish. And for a long time I could taste.
No!
I could taste. I can tell you texture, I can tell you when somebody ain't drinking enough water, I can tell you because I can taste it. We did that for about 1.5 years. Off and on for about 1.5 years.
Okay.
It's a disease.
People are sick. What kind of individual? See, I'm angry all over.
Pissed off.
I'm like,
Okay. Tell your story.
Tell you.
So, off and on for about 1.5 years. And I remember vividly the last time that he did it. He sat me in the bathroom on the toilet and just sat me there, and he did the work. And he finished, and then he just said, you know what, I'm not gonna have you do that anymore. And that was it. He would go back to his magazines, but he never touched me. He never did that to me again. As I got older, we would move from place to place. While he wouldn't do that, you know how you play with your dad, you play with your siblings, it was me and my brother, we would all play, and you wrestling with your parent. For some reason, wrestling with me got a little rough, where he would always find a way to stick his hand somewhere to touch inappropriately. And for years, my family is one of those families that's hush hush. You don't speak on anything that's happened, you don't say, we don't handle it private. I didn't know anything about calling anybody, about CPS. I didn't know any of that. So as I got older, it would happen. I wouldn't want to play. I would just kind of pull back and play it. And I think when I was maybe 11, 12, I told my mom, hey, I don't want to play with Dad anymore, because when they play, it hurts. Sometimes he puts his hands in places where he shouldn't. And I told her that, and she was like, okay. And that was that. And so sometimes when the family would be sleeping, and it could be us up watching a movie late at night, and not late, but it'd be at nighttime, the family would be watching a movie. My brother would be asleep, and he would ask me to come sit next to him. He would lay on the couch, and I would come sit on the floor like near the head of where he was, and he would just put his hands in my pants and just play and pull and tug, and it was hurtful. It was kind of scratchy. It hurt. It hurt.
Kind of scratchy, right?
It hurt. So those were very uncomfortable moments. So that's just the way it went for some years. And then I got pregnant at an early age. I got pregnant at 15. I had my son when I was 16. When I got pregnant, when I told the family that I was pregnant, but I was such a tiny, I was a 6 or 7 size, and so I kind of kept it hush-hush until I absolutely had to tell.
Which was probably 3 months later.
6 months.
Okay.
I stayed itty-bitty for a long time, and I don't know what made me think I could kind of get past that.
Right.
When I got pregnant, he became so upset with me, and he quit talking to me. He called me all kinds of B's and H's, and when I would be home, he would come in, but he would go back out and sit on the porch until like my mom came home. He wouldn't talk to me. So one day I lashed out. He went to calling me names, and I could take it. So I lashed out and blurted out what had been happening and what had happened over the years. Stopped everything. My mom asked if it was true. Yes, it's true. They asked if I would be willing to take a lie detector test. Yes, I would. Let's go. Within 2 weeks, maybe sooner, my dad moved out. And he took my brother with him. And they got a divorce. Eventually, they got a divorce. The divorce was for principle only, but she still kept in relationship with him. She still went to his apartment, and they did their thing, just like everything was everything. They just married people, they still did their thing, but for principle's sake, because my daughter is saying this, we have to divorce. I don't think she believed me. I'm pretty sure my brother, because that was his biological father, I'm sure he doesn't to this day believe me, and that's something I've had to just resolve. We don't talk about it, it doesn't come up, but that's what happens.
The silence is, I'm not going to speak for Queen B because I've already expressed my anger, and so it's a hush because you're like, how do you cope with the fact that you tell your mom, your husband is doing this to me, and she just says, okay.
I think at that age, I can't even tell you how. I've always been a lot more mature for my age. I've always been an old soul, so to speak. So I told her it was okay, and that's just what it was. It was okay. I didn't flip out. I mean, and quite honestly, my mom never went on drugs. I knew, based on weed was like cigarettes. It was just a normal thing. I understood that. And God sheltered me so much, I didn't know what else they did until I was 24, 25 years old. I found out, grown, gone, living my life on my own, that they did everything. Cocaine, crack, everything that they could get their hands on that did not involve a needle, they did it. But I never knew it. So that kind of helped me understand. But I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why.
Do you ever think that you will get that answer? Do you ever want to say, Mom, can we talk about this?
I quit asking. And so I can tell you. So I think I went through all of that. A part of, I heard someone else saying, I would go through all of it again. I can't say that I would.
Right.
I can't say that I would.
Right.
But it did help me because he didn't remember doing it. When I blurted it out and said, this is what happened, this is what you did, this is how you did it, and this is how it really started. He genuinely did not remember doing anything like that.
So much.
He did not.
Narcotics.
And, even after the divorce, I moved, situations happened where I needed to move out and be on my own. I needed to leave my mom's spot. And we never talked about it again. I still had a relationship with him. I would go over and, see my brother when he started dating another woman. It was still like, this is my dad. I didn't know. It didn't affect me like that. Okay, you say you don't remember, but you say, it was, I don't remember doing that, but if I did, I'm sorry. That's exactly how it happened. So I can actually say through that experience, it taught me what genuine forgiveness was. Because in 2008, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and it was stage 4 by the time that they caught him. So it wasn't to fix it or he didn't have surgery because it was terminal. So he was going through chemo, and my brother and I alternated weeks taking him to chemo and going by the house to make sure he was okay and make sure he had food and things like that. And I was able to genuinely go over, take him to chemo, help him, minister to him, and still be what I needed to be as a daughter, even with all of that. So when he passed away, I think 2 days before he passed away, I was helping him get into bed. And he again said, you know what, I really, really love you. And I know you said what happened, I don't remember. But if I did that, please understand I'm sorry. And all of a sudden, that's all I needed for some reason. I got that closure. I was able to experience that's real forgiveness for somebody to do something like that to you. Because that seeded a lot into me. At a young age, while I didn't just go wild and out. I didn't, I could have became the hooker. I could have been the really promiscuous one. I could have just been crazy. I could have went and got on drugs. I could have just went left. And it did feed those things into me, but I was sheltered. I got kept to me. I did not go that way. So I was able to experience real forgiveness, and I was able to genuinely love him up to the day he died. And we make our own decisions for what we decide to do, but there is always a spiritual side of it too. And the more mature I became in the Word and in Christ, I had to admit the fact that he was on drugs, and that opens you up to a lot spiritually. And you can be open to demon possession. You can be open to things taking over you where you can go. So that helped me gain some closure, looking at it spiritually. Okay, did it, but there are other things working within you. So if you don't remember, okay, it was the demon, okay, taking control over you because of everything you were opening yourself up to, what you were putting in your body. And if you're you're saying you're sorry, you're apologizing, whatever. As a Christian, it was my job to accept it, to love him, and to move on.
And it's not making an excuse for him.
Right.
It's allowing yourself to heal.
Right.
You needed to believe that something took that man over. All those sick times, something took him over. And that's strength in itself, because it's easy. And it would be a lot easier to just say, no, you're hell all by yourself and you're just evil and you did it. But then you still be running around here bitter about it.
I did that. It also gave me an opportunity. I used to be a foster parent, which is funny based on conversations I heard earlier. So I used to be a foster parent. So that experience, coupled with others, gave me the ability to immediately see when someone was being abused, to understand.
Apparently that's a rare trait. I'm still upset. But
So I can relate to somebody who's been abused. Whether it be verbally, whether it be sexually, whether it be emotionally, I can relate. And it's preferably women, specifically women, young girls, and women of all ages. I can relate to that, and that opened the door for ministering to women. For me, which I thought was really funny because do women.
Right.
Do women. We
do not do women.
We can be catty. We can be messy. Our personalities clash. And what? So I spiteful creep. Yes, can be. So I didn't do women. Most of my friends were male. My best friends were all male. I just got along better with men. Go figure. But that opened up the door for ministry to women because there's a lot of hurt. And specifically in the church, we don't tell.
Right.
We don't say, we walk around bottled up, and I'll come to church and I'll shout and I'll slide and I'll roll on the floor and I'll go back home with my bottle of hurt, thinking I'm going to be talked about. I'm going to be judged. Somebody's going to say it was my fault.
Right.
What did you do? Or what were you doing? You know, at 2 years old, I was doing nothing but playing and watching Barney or whatever was on TV. But I'm thankful for it. That lets me know that I can genuinely forgive. Not everybody can forgive and not talk about it, not drudge it up, not allow it to be in the back of their mind. But I was grateful that I could say, I can take care of you, I can love on you because you need it. I can still be the daughter I should have been, I was supposed to be. I can still do what I was assigned to do, genuinely love you, forgive you, and not think about what you did to me. So, if I can forgive something like that, forgiving you having a bad day, or you say something legal to me, should be nothing. But I think that's where my strength comes from, the ability to forgive in those hard situations.
I can't say that I don't think that I have that level of strength yet. I mean, your strength is in other areas.
Yeah.
God can strengthen you somewhere else. It's so not because I'm sitting here and to see that makes me go, I need to work on this stuff. Because I'm sitting over here angry and you're so like, and I took care of him and I made sure that he was okay and I loved him like I was supposed to. And all I keep thinking about right now is that I had a friend tell me that she was with her friend and her stepfather was with her and it was on high school. And they said the doctors told her there's nothing you can do. So what do y'all want to do? And the girl goes, I'll be glad to flip the switch myself. And I was like, she wanted to kill him, and she was like,
You can't even be mad.
Yeah,
She just wasn't at that place
she
yet.
was so not there. But if they didn't let her, I don't want y'all to think that this girl was.
But I don't blame her. Like, to her, that would be ending the pain I've been living with all my life. I've lived it too. What you say? In my mindset, in the place that I am in right now, I thank God my story is different. I didn't live through something like that, but I can't I tell people all the time, fear God is it. The one thing I pray never, ever, 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 ever happens to me is I be great. Because, you hear people, they made it out and I didn't let that take me over. Now, I don't think there's any getting up from that. I be begging, kill me, please.
I think it is. Even in those hard situations, God wants to prove what's in you. Like you're saying, I don't think it's in you. I can't do it. You're saying, I'm not there. You never know what you can handle.
Right.
Until you're faced with it. And I think I told you, I spoke this to you guys a couple of months back. We sit in church and we get all this word and we learn all this stuff. And we get all this in us and then we go home and sit like fat cats.
Right. And don't do anything.
We don't apply, we don't do anything, but you have to realize the test is coming. How are you going to apply what I have what I put in you? I've given you all of this. We have a pastor who preaches meat. We get meat, we don't get milk.
Right.
So what are you going to do with what's in you? So you never know what you have in you until those times arise. And it was going on now. It wasn't immediate. I cried.
Right.
And I was mad. I was mad at my mom for a couple of reasons. For one, I didn't find out he was my stepdad until I was 24. So I didn't know. I knew I was different because I got this orange skin going on, this hue, and everybody else orange. I'm cute though, but I'm still cute.
Right, but I just mad at orange. Like, that's orange.
I got this like sandy red type of kid. And my dad was your pretty chocolate color. So I'm looking around in the family.
I didn't want to say that.
Everybody on his side of the family was brown, and everybody on my mom's side of the family was your color. And I'm like, I don't fit in anywhere. But I just accepted it. You know what? I'm like, that's no question. And we were raised. Don't ask me why. When I say you do something, it is yes ma'am, no ma'am, and be quiet, or you get it. So that's just what it was. I didn't ask any questions. You say Okay. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I didn't find out that my biological father, there was a biological father until I was actually getting my hair braided by my aunt. And I told her, she asked me what I was going to do. And I said, well, I'm going to go take Devin to see his grandfather today. She's like, oh, you talked to him now? Head out the bag.
What you mean?
What you talk? You talk all the time. And she said, I said, wow, tell me. She was like, Jonelle, I said, no, you gonna stop this hair.
Right. Like I said, you done already told me, so just finish.
And so she was like, promise me you won't tell your mom until I can tell. My mom's crazy. She's fiery with it. And so I was like, I give you a week, but I need to know what's going on. She would say, Michael is not your dad. And I wasn't surprised.
You're like, life makes sense now.
Okay, that makes sense. I look like nobody. You know, they doted, that side of the family doted on my brother. But I didn't get that type of affection, that type of love. You know, that didn't come my way. So that makes sense. Okay, now I understand the color and things a bit different, you know. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. He supported me. I'll give you that. He supported me. Every track meet. Every boring orchestra recital that I played in. He supported every choir. Everything that I did in school, he supported it. He pushed my education. He was supportive in that right. He did everything else. He was just sick in this one area. He was overtaken in this one area. And when I got mature enough to understand that, then it became a little bit easier. And then just genuine forgiveness was really able to set in. I was able to walk that out. But it was hard.
You know, it's funny. I remember when I found out that my brother was my half brother. And my mama had been lying the whole time. And my grandmother is very much, I'm not going to volunteer any information. Sorry, Mama, love you. But I'm not going to volunteer any information. And when my brother's father passed, all of a sudden my mother kept calling. My mother kept calling, and so my grandmother was like, I'll never forget this at that table. And we're trying to figure out what the big deal is. Why are these people calling us? Because my father did not show any difference between me and my brother. Because what I did, he did. So it was I was like, okay, we're good. And my grandmother finally said, I'm tired. What is your mama telling me? And then my mom goes, I wasn't saying anything. And then my grandma goes, you tell me or I'm going to tell you. So here's me and my brother. Can we discuss this? And my mom walked out. She never said it. And she was like, well, look. She told my brother, he's 16 now. Look, Larry's not your father. And he was like, hi. Me? Oh, why they tell? Oh, God. Yes, I did do that. I totally broke down because I was like, and they were like, for real? We gonna need you again?
That's your dad, and we come to him.
Yeah. Now, my brother's father is now deceased, and he's just kind of like, hi. And I'm the only fool, like, here's just some bad people. Not realizing that in that moment that it wasn't necessary, if that makes sense. But it kills you no matter what. And I'm like, she is so strong. Because I broke down. Now my brother, I broke down. This boy lost his daddy, and I'm like, so I'm so floored by this feedback. I'm like, I wasn't surprised.
You know, when you're raised, I was raised in South Dallas on Peabody. Woo! Yeah. So I had gone through so much and seen so much. Like I know of a family, they got everything. They still get everything. Like they're like 32 and 28 and 26, 27, almost 30, and they still get like gifts for Christmas, and you know, birthdays come around, and they're just, oh my God, it's like this big mass production.
I wonder what family.
I don't know. And I love that. because that's not something that I had. I mean, for Christmas, me and my brother and I would get 2 gifts, and they would probably be from the thrift store if we got anything at all. I mean, so I had to grow up being an adult. Like I was telling Victoria, Queen B, where you go?
Who are you telling?
I was telling her I was grown at 9. Like kids are playing with Barbie dolls. I'm at the laundromat with 12 loads of clothes, washing and folding with a quarter left over the car when I'm ready to be picked up. So I grew up so quick. None of that affected me. And I don't know if it was God covering me, God keeping me. I have to believe that it was. Otherwise, I'd be crazy.
Yeah, because that story is that your mom at 9.
Yeah.
The 9 on watching clothes. And see, what's funny is that working in school, that's going on. I see that every day. I see that every day. And it breaks my heart. And it breaks my heart to see that a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old is taking care of their brother or sister that is in 2nd grade, that is in 1st grade, and you're like, where are the children? There aren't any anymore. And that is, they had children. Yes.
You know, even in that, I don't fault my mom for that. I think she was raising me the way she was raised. She was raised by her grandmother, and they were maids. So at an early age, it is clean up, cook, put things back where they're supposed to be. This is what we do. And so she was raising me the way she knew. So it wasn't, I got a chance to go out and play. But when it was time for Thanksgiving dinner, in this kitchen and help shuck some peas or something. And it was learning how to wash, and it was learning how to keep the house. And I got taught how to keep a man. Keep a man happy, you gotta fix his plate and shut up, and leave him alone. That's what I got taught. So God really helped. The Holy Spirit was really instrumental in helping and teaching me the things I wasn't taught by my parents. So I love family now. I'm close with my mom, as close as I'm going to be, and I thank God for that relationship. I thank God that my father was able to pass, and it was okay. He didn't die without forgiveness, and I don't have to hold that. I don't have to go through life with the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or what I should have done according to the word that it was in me, and I could pass that test at least and walk out now.
I don't know if I can go any deeper. Are amazing stories of strength, of endurance, of, as Jasmine said, long suffering. Survival is one word. Survival. Whoa. And y'all, but I made it stories are like, how? Like, the title is but I made it. And I want to say how. That's what I want to ask. How? Because, I mean, God is the only way. I mean, listening to this nightmare.
Nightmare is a good word.
Like,
Nightmare is a great. Because I'm sitting here like, first of all, I'm thinking, who does that? And then I'm thinking, only the person who needs that, who that was designed for, could survive that.
Absolutely. I thank God for that. Now, the older I get, the more mature, the word I get, the deeper and the closer I get to Him, I understand things. God allows things to happen for a reason. Now, I will never sit and tell you why God allowed that in my life to occur, but I will say that it's made me better. It equipped me to handle other things I was going to handle after that. And that's probably for another session. But we have plenty. That helped me. That helped prepare me for other things I was going to have to face. So I learned to stop asking God why, and start saying, okay, let me learn and let me walk out. I say I am who I am, and then something about my life should reflect me being who I say I am. So, and it's a hard walk.
Yes. There's no disputing that.
There's no disputing that. And I'm in awe of everybody who has come to share their story, because every time I hear something, I'm like, oh my, how can it not be bad? But as a person that's hearing it for the first time, I guess that would be your initial reaction. And to see that you've made it, gives somebody else so much hope that they can make it too.
Praise God. Yes.
Praise God. Yes. And I think that if
somebody is sharing our emotions. They live your story, but they're sharing our. They still kids. They still remember, and they screw him. I'm unplugging.
Yes.
I don't shoot. They give me the opportunity. I will kill them. If I see them on the side of the road, I might hit them on purpose. You know, these just are my feelings. So,
feelings that are shared mutually.
You don't have to live that life of hate.
Yeah.
You don't have to relive that pain. Oh, thank you, Lord, for.
I thank God for covering. Because we have to be covered to endure. There's no other, there's nothing else that we know but God. And but you make it, girl.
But I'm making it.
I'm trying to make you cry. I will say this, if I could. And for any hurt. I know we're talking about molestation and being abused, but for any hurt, give God a try.
Yes.
Give him a try. I promise you. Say that right there. Right there. For any hurt that you're going through right now, no matter what it may be, I encourage you to try God. He will do things for you that a counselor, that drugs, that alcohol, that man, that the woman cannot do. He will fill the voice. He will heal your hurt. He will truly make you whole if you try it.
I'm singing He's Able in my head.
See, I have our producer spirit. I need everyone overcome.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Is in my head. And to know that you're an overcomer.
Yes.
And Reverend Johnson,
yes.
Micah is overcoming.
Ooh, these stories.
Oh my
And
God.
Jasmine.
Just let's other people know. Let's our viewers know that you two are overcome.
Right.
You can make it.
You can make it.
Make it.
Oh my God. The young man that we let sit, our sets are closed, but we got wind of a story, and no, he can't wait till this airs. He needs to sit in. That's who we do this stuff for. Because he sat there and said, I heard my story out loud in Michael. Like, you're not by yourself. I didn't experience this, but I'm sitting next to two women who remember that hell happening to them. I don't know how, but they know. They can relate. And, oh, bless y'all. You know, I just want to push the rewind button on life and go back and say to everybody, like, let me stay as old as I am, and then I'll go back and go get these things. Yeah, I will come get you there.
I would come.
Oh my God.
And you know what? I would rescue Micah so quick. I would rescue him so quick. And you know, it's funny that you send that to the camera, because now we don't need to say, you get our mop it up section. Because now I'm like, just try Jesus. Try it.
Really? You just mopped it up.
You just mopped it up.
We need some mopping gloves.
When you're done, you have bumped the floor.
How do you feel when a guest comes to your house and start cleaning your house?
I mean, I was like, shit, that's why I was like, say that right there. Because I was talking to Queen P, I was like, I'm mopping up session, and then she was like, we're going to do it. And then I was like, we don't even have to.
Praise God.
Praise the Lord.
Yes.
Thank you for letting God use you.
Thank you for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to share my story.
And it's an amazing.
Even though her response to her invitation was not sure. We got sure now. She had a couple weeks to cope with the question. Yeah. I hate you.
I mean, let's make this clear. We talked about it on the first show. Queen B felt like I set her up too.
Oh, did.
Made you look
sweet little total sitter.
Yes, it was. But look at what S.W.E.E.P is doing.
And I just encourage you ladies. You're doing a phenomenal job.
Oh my God.
For someone that goes to church, I get the chance to watch you day in, sometimes day out, week, Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. I see the growth. As one of the leaders outside of this, I want you to know if nobody says it, I see. That's what I'm like. Oh, we got our show. I didn't even cry for the other part.
Look, she done went through her whole horrible tragic story. Get here to encourage you.
It's good when you can see the growth. I see God working in your lives. No, we're not perfect. We're going to have our days. But God is working. I don't know which one of y'all need to hear that. But God is working. He's fixing it. And you stay encouraged because you're moving towards Him. You're moving in the right path. Keep it up. People need this because it's not talked about in the church. And that's unfortunate. But hopefully at Oak Hill, you're changing that.
Right.
Worldwide, baby.
Prayer.
But I want you ladies to be encouraged. And thank you for embracing the gift and the opportunity that God has given you guys. It's an extraordinary opportunity. It's an extraordinary stage that He's placed you on. And I look to see more and more growth. So thank you guys.
I hate you so much.
I was like, is that real?
We're gonna, okay, all my makeup.
It's crazy. I did all that crying and stuff the first time somebody said, you don't know how much that helped me. Because I made our pastor do the testimonial video because he called me on the phone. No, he pulled me in his office and it was a private moment between me and him, and the whole time he was talking, I was like, I'm gonna let you say it to me right now. But you gonna tell everybody that, right?
We gonna make you
because you don't. Because that was our prayer, like in the very, very beginning. I was like, Lord, I hope we're just not being cute on camera. Like, let me know that we're doing what you told us to do. Because these topics, we're more scared to ask people to talk and open up than we are about talking about stuff ourselves. Like, I was like, oh, I got to ask him, like, Jasmine. I said, oh, she shared that in the release party. That's not supposed to go anywhere. Lord, I can't ask her to put that on camera and let us upload it on YouTube. And he said, you can. That's how you know that she did that. But I told them it was confidential. This is not confidential.
Right. There's nothing confidential about this camera.
No. It's very intrusive. And I don't know. I praise God for the opportunity, the very hard road. He's shown me pieces of it. There's some healing to do on this show. And if y'all ever see us fall out, just fall out at home with us. Don't just look at us. Real. Pause. Like we do at church. The praise team will leave the congregation, so you can come on with us, so you
in a minute. Or y'all are gonna be watching us.
Wow.
Minister Jackson, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for being our mopping up session.
Yeah, I mean, she just combined them. I'm gonna help them sweep it up, then I'm gonna help them mop it.
Put in a pretty package.
She's so thorough. She had to finish clean. She did not just sweep. Mopping globe.
Yeah. We're doing right.
With a wet jet.
Yes.
Mr. Clean.
So we would like to thank all of our guests, all of our guests who had the opportunity to share. We also want to hear your testimonials. Please send us your videos, your comments. Go to our Facebook page. Go to our Twitter page. And
all of that
underscore
on the credits.
Yes. Oh, that's right. It's on the credits.
Everything. Our sessions email is available to you guys. We want to hear from you. If there's something you want to talk about that we're not talking about, if you want to be on the show, we'll travel depending on where you want us to go. See what the Lord has to say about finances. travel. I fly anywhere.
You'll say yes.
Except for,
You'll say yes.
What's the airline keep calling that?
Okay, that disappeared. Right. You know what I have to say? And low.
No, I will be the air. I love that even on such a deep show, we can be funny. We can laugh. We have been taught. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at some stuff. Otherwise, we all be up here. So that is sweet. Thank you guys for bearing with us. We've never done 3 shows back to back, but we could not pile all this on you guys at one time.
Popular, she's never been an outsider. She's about as average as they come. Her family, they ain't too strange. They even get along most days. There's nothing too crazy going on, but sometimes she wonders if she's good enough. Well, girl,